right, so you approach a pile like this. It's just at the point where if I completely stretch out the arm, I'm just going to be able to touch the top. There's definitely ways to mitigate risk if you don't want to have rocks and boulders roll in and destroy the cab or possibly even harm yourself as the operator. The best thing you can do is try and obviously elevate the platform as much as possible. If you're already kind of elevated to the max where you're at a nice height to load trucks, again, it's gonna be hard for you guys to see, but what I like to do when I approach here, so I'm gonna come in just a little bit under the top, but you're gonna be using your feet to control the pedals. As you can see there, they're actually moving at the top, so you can see. I'll be driving into the pile, set my bucket in, and as I'm pushing my bucket down, getting a little bit of dirt, I'm also gonna be backing away from the pile. So if anything does collapse, at least I'm already moving away from the pile and I have a much better chance of being a distance away before anything hits the machine. What I'm trying to do is get some dirt to elevate the platform a little bit so I can also drive up on it and be a bit higher. So as I'm coming down, I'm gonna back away, and I'm starting to generate a little bit of dirt now at the bottom. And I'm gonna do that as many times as I need to generate myself a good amount of soil to raise up the area immediately in front of the pile that the top of the hill here where I'm trying to knock down. Obviously, make sure behind you, you're not going to fall off an edge or something. Make sure you're well aware. I'm very well aware of what's behind me. Been working here for well over a week on this pile and all day. Like, I know what's behind me and I know how much space I have, so I know I'm okay to be backing up without looking immediately behind me every time. I know there's nobody up here. I checked just before, nobody around me, so all these are important things to check out. Now, if you're just like this, taking a little bit out, you don't even have to do the backwards thing. That's just good practice. But like this part here, just near the bottom, I'm almost like slightly undermining. I'm not gonna go on like a full-on undermine here because I don't want to do that. That also can cause a risk of like the whole thing just collapsing when you're not expecting it to. So I don't want to go too much here. I just want to take a little bit. Again, I'm just trying to build myself enough that I'm gonna have a nice little platform here that I can now drive up on with the tracks. Now that I've got this dirt in front of me here, when I drive up on this, it's gonna help me also, it's gonna help two things. It's going to help me be more elevated, so I'll be able to reach higher with the machine, and it's also gonna create this sort of safety pocket over here between this dirt and that dirt. So anything collapsing is gonna kind of be caught in this sort of safety pocket that I'm kind of creating here. Again, this is practice for piles that are really high, like this pile, or even if there's higher, it still works, the same principle, obviously to a certain point. So now I'm going to make this a little bit more smooth so it's not so steep, so the machine can go up a little easier. Again, this does not have to be pretty. Just trying to do a rough thing here. I'm going to be scooping all this dirt into a dump truck, so I don't really care about it. Just trying to make it functional for what I'm trying to achieve here. So now we got it kind of smooth. You can kind of see there, got it sort of smoothed out, but it's going uphill now. So I'm going to use this ramp, again using my feet. This is where you got to try and be coordinated. You got to use your feet to bring you up, and I'm going to be using both my hands to control the excavator now. So as you can see, my bucket up near the top. I'm going to get near the top, I'm going to grab a little bit, and before I start putting a lot of force pushing down, I'm going to get my feet ready to go backwards, and as I come backwards, I'm going to pull down and just let these chunks come down. I'm going to repeat the process. Ahead, just a little bit, you don't have to go crazy, just take little pieces at a time, it's okay. Gravity will help it come down. That part's the easy part. The last thing I'll do is hook on a huge chunk and it comes rolling down against you. So little pieces. Again, these pieces at the top are frozen, so it's extra dangerous. You get a big chunk of frost rolling down towards you. It could be very dangerous. And again, these things, they're all falling into this pocket I have created here in front of myself here, as you can see. Everything's falling in there, which is nice. So once that starts getting too full, that's when I have to pull it back again and recreate the pocket and or lift up my platform. Sorry, the camera's not very stable. I'm not even using my regular setup, so it's not exactly the most fixed position right now. It's a little wobbly. Apologize for the turbulent filming here. Now, the other reason you don't want to hook on too much is if you do hook on too much, it sometimes won't even let the machine drive backwards. So you can actually be hooking yourself there while something comes rolling down towards yourself. Like you can be getting yourself stuck as you try to go back. If you're holding on to too much, the tracks might just actually rotate and you won't be going anywhere. Very important to just take pieces at a time. There's no rush. You'll regret it if you cause damage to the machine or yourself, so there's no rush. Just do it safely. Trust me, not only you, but your employer, whoever the owner of the machine is, everything like that will make a big difference. Nobody will be upset if you don't damage the machine. Just take your time. And again, like something I like to do is once I get, now I've got a decent amount of dirt here, you can almost make like a secondary platform. So I can like make now a whole entire platform, elevate the whole thing several feet, and that'll get me almost halfway between the platform I'm on, which you can see this platform that I'm on here, this whole area where I am, and I got a truck there. I actually got to go load him, didn't even realize he pulled in now. Got a little focus with the video, but I've got this whole platform situation going on. You can raise it up again. So now I'm going to go ahead and load this truck. So now, again, very important when you're loading trucks. Something I absolutely despise is when operators drag all the dirt and just keep dragging it all right up against the machine and get the tracks and the whole machine barricaded by dirt. What you want to do is, you see how my arm's almost fully extended, and this is the way I like to keep my platforms. Keep the wall away from the machine. I'd rather go with my tracks a little bit and do what I just did to knock them down than have the dirt rolling up against the machine. I can't stand that. To me, it means it's an operator that is not very skilled, and you're gonna damage the machine. So you're gonna extend your arm all the way out, like I have here. Just grab a scoop in that spot, doing the least amount of dragging towards yourself as possible. See how my boom barely came in? I'm gonna grab and then actually push my boom away, and then circle around, and that's it. It's just like you're digging a little pocket. You're gonna circle around, put it into the truck, come back around, and on the way back, then I bring the arm tight, like this, and I back drag and fill in that hole I just dug. And now I can go do the same thing. Dig in that pocket, keep it away from myself, bring it up and around. And I am never dragging dirt up against myself with the machine, ever. This is very efficient. If you can't make this efficient, it just takes practice. There's nothing wrong with this. You swing around, close it up, and just take another scoop. I know some people like to say, oh, you got to get on top of the pile. Well, when the pile is like, 40 feet up from the level of the truck, it doesn't really work that way. You have to have trucks here that we're loading out. So I can see my tracks, the bottom of my tracks are already level with the top of the dump truck. So it's already, I wouldn't want to go much higher. You could probably squeeze a little more, but you get to a certain point, you can't go much higher when you're loading trucks. So it just is what it is here. So I'm going to keep doing that. So what you don't want is the back of your excavator looking like this. You can see there, I actually had this machine all painted, or painted it myself about a year ago, or almost a year ago. And you can already see this year alone, all the spots that's been hit. This is a thing I tried painting with a marker, didn't work out well. I actually have a red pinstripe to put here. But that's not what we're looking at. That's missing that. But this was all nice and painted. And because whoever was working with this machine at the time, unfortunately we have some stubborn operators that don't pay attention, even though we tell them all the time, you know, don't dig against yourself and put a bunch of dirt up against the machine. This is what happens when you start swinging around and hitting the dirt with the machine. You start wearing away the paint, and then you get rust, and it looks brutal. Hate the way that looks. But anyway, we're gonna have to paint that up next time it's in the shop. At least that bottom piece there, and then I put the red pinstripe I have anyway, so I'm gonna put that on. But the key is to always keep the dirt away from you, anywhere near the tracks. I'll never dig towards myself. That's about the closest I'll ever get, and that's probably right too close. But I just repositioned myself. But anyways, again, when you grab a scoop, you're very far away, almost maximum distance if possible. Scoop up and away. And then the next bucket, I'm gonna come in, put it down, push this back into the hole here. So for this next part, I'm gonna throw the camera outside and you guys can get an outside view of me kind of creating the next level platform and making that little ditch, kind of, if you want to call it, sort of like a ditch between myself and the actual face of the pile. Always leave that nice gap, so if big chunks do come down, they'll fall into that ditch instead of rolling down towards you. Very, very important little detail that I like to do. All right, we'll see you guys out here in just a second. All right, you can see here we have the nice big pile of dirt. This'll load up probably 5 or 6 dump truck loads here, maybe more. And that's the way we've been chipping away at this whole pile the entire time. One other thing to note, if you are not comfortable doing this, I would not recommend doing this at all. You should have at least some decent experience on an excavator before you start trying to maneuver the pedals and the arm and doing all this stuff. And this pile in particular, like I said, it's even more tricky because there's a big thick layer of, I don't know, about a foot and a half of frost up on the top there. So you don't want a chunk like that coming down. You can see some of the chunks of frost that I've taken out and thrown over here. These are massive. These are bigger than some boulders would be. Like, these things are huge. And I know it's hard to kind of get a feel of it, but here I am on this pile that we just did. There's the excavator down there. So I'm probably, I don't know, 7-8 feet up from where the excavator is. And this pile still goes up probably another 15 feet from here. Like, I think the whole pile total height's probably somewhere between 30-40 feet height. So it's probably 35-40 feet. Yeah, so we got our platform. We're up about 8-9 feet from the ground. And this and that. So it's pretty high up, this pile, and it's actually been slowly getting lower. I think we're getting near the back end of the pile. So at one point this was actually even higher. It's now slowly starting to get like the back part of the pile, so it's actually starting to kind of go downhill a little bit. But anyway, again, this is just a tip. It's to help you out if you're ever in a situation like this where you need to get dirt from a pile that's really high up. Just remember, the most important thing is be safe, do it smart, there's no rush. Try and create that ditch of separation and get the machine up higher, so then there's a hole that stuff can fall down into, as opposed to rolling down on a slope right into the machine. So I like to keep it straight like that for that reason, and also build it up. So I'll be up higher, straight down, anything that comes will go straight down into that ditch I've created. If I do screw up and can't get away in time, I know that's kind of like a little saving grace I have there. So far I've been lucky. I've never had a problem with this. Been doing that for well over 20 years. I've never had a problem. However, we have had operators that have now taken out this window twice on different excavators. Not this one actually, but different excavators. And that's why I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and make this video today. So maybe this will prevent one of you from busting out your front window, or even worse, harming yourself. So again, be safe out there. I hope you guys learned something. Let me know your tactics. I'm sure everyone has a different way of approaching things. Maybe there's even a better way. This way works for me. I find it the most efficient, but let me know how you do it and if you found this helpful, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was informative. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll see you later. Take care, everybody.